another live tarot reading for you guys. This is for all signs. This is a general reading, and yeah, I'm just gonna pull some cards and see what I get for everyone. I had been structuring these readings like pick a card readings, but sometimes depending on what's going on, it's better for me just to pull some cards and see what I get rather than do the pick a card. I have been intending to do more pick a cards, pre-recorded ones, not so much live ones. So you may see a couple of those pop up on my channel. If you are new to my channel, definitely want to subscribe. That way you can get notified when I have posted videos. People have still said that they're not actually seeing my posts, so or they're not seeing that I'm recording. So for whatever reason. So be sure to click subscribe and check back on my channel and see what I've got going, because I have been recording quite a lot, and I intend to try to just do as much as I can. That's kind of what's happening right now. I'm in between jobs, so all donations are really appreciated. Anything that you can send through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App is really appreciated at this time. I do want to check my live chat and see what I've got there. And yeah, I want to check my audio real quick. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am still booking private readings, so definitely want to hit me up for private reading. I'm going to be reducing my email reading price to $65. So if you want to get an email reading, please, book one of those. They are super fast with those. I can try to get those done usually within 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 business days. This weekend is a little bit iffy, but I could try to get that done this weekend. They are very long and detailed. They're like 9 pages long. I should probably actually charge more for them, but I think it's a great way for people to get answers who don't necessarily have time to book like a full reading. So yeah, and I'm also still partnering with Jackery. They make solar power generators. You definitely want to click on the link in my description box to go check them out. I've had some premonitions about the power going out, and the power has been going out. It went out yesterday and the day before, so lots of stuff happening there. Cards are actually flying today. Like, even when I was shuffling, the cards are flying. So there's a lot of energy, and a lot of really cool energy coming, I feel, for a lot of people. Based on what I saw for the energies for the solar eclipse in Taurus, I feel like a lot of good things are coming, and things are opening up. And I think that that's really what people need to hear right now. New opportunities. We have this freedom card showing up here, which is about really beautiful things happening, new opportunities that weren't available to you before. There's also the beautiful card about the bridge. It's like a psychic bridge. I call this the psychic bridge, but it's also about having no more blockages. And this is in one of the key, what I call bridge positions in when I do my readings. I'm looking for blockages. And it's funny because I was thinking specifically of titling this, or maybe doing like a pick a card reading that specifically talks about what are the blockages right now at this time. And this is a beautiful reading because there aren't any. And it's very rare to see that. And that means that things are going to be opening up. There's going to be more opportunities coming in. There's going to be potentially a new job for some of you. There's going to be a feeling like things are going to make more sense. Like the pieces are coming together, like the puzzle pieces are coming together. Some of you, those of you who have like maybe broken up with someone, you may actually be getting back together like with someone, like with an ex. I don't know why my guide was showing me that, but I kind of show you that. Like, to me, like the whole thing about the puzzles, and it's funny because there was a time where in Omaha, where I was out walking and I would see puzzle pieces all on the ground all the time. And I think I told this story once where I actually saved them and I put them in my charm bag. And when I pull them, it's kind of like one of those things where I think about how the universe kind of works in mysterious ways. And sometimes we're anxious for things. We want things to happen in this time and in this moment, and it's not yet time or it's not yet ready, but like it will be, and and it doesn't make much sense. A lot of times it just doesn't make very much sense. And so the beautiful thing about this card here about puzzle pieces is that like you don't necessarily see how things are going to fit together, but eventually you will. And I will say this too, those of you who um let's just say, and it's not even showing up in the spread here, but I'm just going to mention it because I'm just going to mention it. Like, so there was a time in which I was dating someone and nothing really made sense. Like what they said didn't make sense. There was a lot of lies. They had gotten involved with someone else. And I didn't see it until later. The pieces of the puzzle didn't make sense until much later. So some of you, if you're dealing with someone, let's just say you're dating someone, and this is specifically someone who's like actively calling you their boyfriend or girlfriend. This is not, I do not feel like this is a situationship. Okay, this is not a situationship. It's not it could be a third party situation. Like there probably is a third party involved, but I feel like this is where you are actively involved. Like someone, like you have a partner and maybe they don't make sense. Maybe their actions don't make sense. Maybe they've acted really weird or they've said a lot of crap and you just don't really know what the hell's going on. And this is where later in time, you will figure it out. Like stuff comes to the surface. Stuff eventually makes sense. So like if it doesn't make sense now, later in time it will absolutely make sense later. So also say that there is like a strong energy of maybe admitting you're wrong, admitting your feelings, having some really strong, like for some of you this is like having a strong connection with someone, like a love connection, and maybe falling in love. For some of you there's a lot of love in this reading, and it's funny because when I was reading for the solar eclipse energies, I saw so much love energy, like Venus energy. Like I was kind of overwhelmed and shocked by it. Like I wasn't expecting it at all. And it's showing up here as well. It's showing up in this reading as well. So those of you who maybe have given up on love, and I said the word love, and I pulled a card about it. Says unconditional love at the top here. So this is about the soulmate connection, twin flames, romance. There is something very strong about love here. If you haven't, maybe had an opportunity to meet people, or you felt kind of stuck or paused, like this is the reading that's telling you there's no more blockages here. Like there's nothing stopping you from being with someone. There's nothing stopping you from having a relationship if you want it. There's nothing stopping you from going out and meeting new people. I feel like this is the time to get outside and to go out. This is the time to go out. This is the time to, put yourself out there, date people. Some people may meet someone online too. I feel like there's always this, and I read for women a lot who have very strong hesitations about how they're going to meet people. But at the end of the day, they're not really making any attempt to anyone at all. And then they're asking me, okay, well, what do I see? And I'm like, well, I don't see very much at all as far as love life because nothing really very much is happening, and because there's no action steps to putting yourself out there. Even being on Tinder would be better than doing nothing at all. And I hate to even say that, but having something going, whether it's like a job, it's better to have a small job than to have nothing at all. It's better to be active some way, somehow. And it's interesting because, and this was actually really great advice that I got from a friend of mine when I was trying to get into art galleries and trying to show my artwork. And for whatever reason, nothing was happening. I was banging on doors and nothing happened. And our world is really competitive, and I understand that. But I think I applied to like 48 different galleries. That's a lot. It was a lot of money I spent on it, and I put all the packages together, I put everything together, and at the end of the day, I think I got into two. One was in Canada, and they're closed, and the other one moved their location, and I couldn't afford to ship my work at that time. So essentially, I didn't proceed in that area. But what my friend said was very interesting. She said, Elizabeth, it's better to maybe do like an online competition or enter yourself in some show, like a small show, or do something within the community, or show your stuff at like a local coffee shop. Even if it seems insignificant, it adds up over time, and that means you have something going and you're trying it. So some of you, there's like this energy of needing to make small attempts, make small efforts, and like do little things that will eventually add up, whether it's dabbling a little bit in, putting yourself online to date, or whether it's, again, like some of you could be planting outside. This is the springtime, adding a little bit at a time to your garden. You could be in a relationship that's moving very slowly and doing a little bit at a time, getting to know people a little bit at a time. So I see that there. I see that too. I see that there's this kind of, I also see like there's this kind of bubble in which, and I don't know what it is or where it's coming from or who it is, but to me it's this kind of bubble that either you're in or that you're in with someone else. And there's a lot of beautiful energy, but there's outside negativity. People may be jealous. This could be a third party situation. People may have opinions about what's going on. This could also be like there could be more than one person that you're dating. Too. Also, I see that. I kind of want to switch gears and pull other cards from another deck just to see what I get. And then I am going to pop over onto Instagram and record over there. I'm trying to record as much as I can today. It's a beautiful day. I've got so much beautiful light here, and I've just kind of got this energy that I want to do. So yeah. There aren't going to be as many financial blockages either. Like, things are going to start to come through. If there's been any financial blockages, I'm seeing an opening there. Yeah, we got the Magician there. I've got this really weird song coming to me now. You got the whole world in her hands. Da, 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 da. It's like an old song from like a long time ago. There is something about the past here. Those of you Cancerians that I'm reading for, are anyone with strong Cancer placements. To me, there's a strong energy about the past, where you're maybe not over the past or something's upset you. There's a lot of emotion here, and a little bit of overwhelm. So like, to me, the outcome is a little bit of overwhelm. But I also feel like whatever it is that you're starting, let's just say you start something new, or whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like you're going to put your best foot forward, and it's going to work out really well for you. I also feel like you're going to get into like some routine or stride. My guide said you're going to get into your stride, where there's going to be more stability than what you have now. Although I feel like for many of you, you're creating your stability and you're working towards your stability. And there's a lot of root chakra stuff here that I'm seeing, that maybe there's a lot of fear for some of you around your stability. Too, I see a lot of fear around stability. I feel like some of you are really working very hard to create stability for yourself, but for whatever reason, it's challenging. And I don't know why that is, but I'm definitely seeing that as a challenge in this reading. Um, this is so interesting. I knew I was going to pull this. Okay. So you see this elm tree card? You see all those cows there? You see this, like, I don't know if it's a little stream or if it's a little cow path. But to me, this is the card that I pulled for the last solar eclipse that we had, which is really interesting. And the things that were going to be eclipsed out was the beef, was the meat. Or at least there's going to be changes and problems and issues around that. From what I saw last time. I want to see what else is going to come out this time. But the fact that it's there, this very strong Taurus energy, could also be just like you might not be a Taurus, but you might have maybe some planets in Taurus, or you may just whatever's coming up here, you might resonate with whatever this energy is. And this energy may have to be present because of the solar eclipse. That's what I wanted to say. It says that, okay, so I'm looking at the elm tree message, and the elm tree message says, I have lived beside humans for thousands of years, and I am your friend. My wood is pliable, and my leaves feed livestock. I can teach you to connect wholeheartedly with those in your life, so your relationships become stronger and more satisfying. It says, be clear when talking to other people so they are able to understand exactly what you mean. Dropping hints or expecting others to read between the lines of what you are saying will only lead to confusion and resentment. It says, Native Americans and Europeans have long used infusions of the inner bark of elms to treat stomach complaints and soothe upper respiratory infections. It says the elm is one of the rare woods that does not rot in water. So for centuries it was used to make water pipes, posts, and ships' keels. It's very interesting. There's all these things that are coming through about this from this, actually. So there's something about friendship that's coming through, strong friendship, having a connection that's very strong. Those of you may have male friends, female friends, but this doesn't have to be, this can be one of those things where there's romance too, but it also feels like for some of you, it's just being more active with your friends, being more focused on friends, feeling supported by friends. I also think that there's something about creativity here with the wood or making things and like crafting things. So you might be inspired to make things. You might make things with wood, or you might make things that are very natural. There's like something natural about it. You might work with herbs. You might work with like plant medicine, things like that. I'm seeing kind of like this natural vibe. Like for instance, I make these bath soaks that have all like, natural herbs and stuff in them and plants in them. So it's something like that, maybe where you're making things with plants and herbs and things like that. I'm also getting those of you maybe who are struggling with some kind of upper respiratory thing, like maybe going to the store and getting some things that are more natural, focusing on more natural remedies. I've seen before people who really overly focus hard on stuff that's not as natural, and maybe they haven't tried natural remedies. And so natural remedies is something that I strongly encourage you to explore and like learn from. Some of you, there's someone that's watching may want to reach out to me to do like a like I use like I have an herbal tarot deck to do questions, like health-based questions. Now I can only make suggestions, but I do those readings, and I feel like there's someone here that may really enjoy that. So I would just say, if that's you, send a payment for however much time you want. If you want the 30 minutes, do 75, and if you want to do the 45 minutes, send the 90. I think it would be worth it to go through my deck to see what suggestions that I have that come out there. There's also something coming through about, and I'm guilty of this, I am so guilty of this, where I make digs. I say things like I'll make a dig at someone. And it's really bad because it could lead, and I know that it has led to people resenting me for making a dig or saying something that I probably shouldn't have said, or that came across in like a mean way. And I don't consider myself to be a mean person, but like sometimes I say things that I'm thinking that are hurtful to other people, or that are kind of a dig to other people. So I would watch what you're saying at this time. Be very clear about, like if you have feelings, let's just say, instead of making the dig, and this is something I need to do too. Okay, so instead of making the dig, say like, this is how I feel about it. This is how I really feel about it. And when you do that, this is what I feel about it. And when you do say that, things like that, instead of making a dig, it's clear to the other person what's going on. I also tend to say things in kind of like a broad kind of brainstorm kind of way. And I kind of need people to kind of interpret what I'm saying and kind of glean from what I'm saying things. When I'm channeling, obviously this is all spiritual messages, but I also believe like healthy communication, we can all learn from, poor communicators. We can all learn how to communicate better so that we're connecting more. So there is something about a connection here that maybe you're working on. Maybe you're trying to communicate better on. Maybe, there's things to be learned here from that person or from that communication. I definitely am seeing like a family dynamic, whether it's your family or whether it's somebody else's family or whether it's somebody within your family. It could be a spouse. It could be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Whoever this is, there might be some communication issues, If you're dealing with someone who specifically is an earth sign too, and or has Pisces placement, Virgo, Pisces, also sometimes Libra, sometimes Aries. It just depends. We all can have communication issues, but like there are some people that just communicate in a very specific way that is very challenging. So some of you may have challenges within communication at this time. The interesting thing is we have this, there's two very strong messages coming through. One is coming through about positive communications, having a connection, having psychic communication. Some of you may be psychic, having some kind of relationship that's very positive, and to me it's like very lovey-dovey and it's very glowing, and you may be in love or you may fall in love with this person. But there's also challenges maybe with other people, maybe not with this person, but say like somebody else that you're dealing with that is very challenging, and you may have issues communicating with them in a healthy way. I think I'm gonna leave off here. that's all I want to say for now. I could probably keep reading for like another 100 years. But I'm going to stop this reading here and pop over to Instagram. Thank you guys so much. I may be back on here. Hopefully, I'll have time for it today. But definitely give this a thumbs up. Definitely make a comment below. And yeah. I wish you guys all the best. I'm going to remove that last person who messaged. Sorry. There's a person that came in at the last minute there. So yeah, I'm just gonna wish everyone the best. I hope you guys have a great day. Hopefully I'll be back on later. Definitely check out Jackery's solar power generators, and if you'd like to book a reading, definitely send me a payment and we'll get you scheduled. So send everyone big hugs, big kisses, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.